Morning everybody, welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV here in Frederick, Colorado. My name's Taylor and today we're going to be going over the new 2023 Newmar Ventana. It's the 4369. Beautiful coach, not sure why it's still here. Super clean, has amazing upgrades, and it's pretty much locked and loaded and ready to go. So let's go ahead and start in the outside, show you all the things and then we'll work our way on the inside to see the beautiful interior colors. So let's go ahead and get into it. Sliding over here, we have our rims and tires. These are the Michelin tires. They're the 315/80R, 22.5. And then just taking a glance, I know you got a little bit of the overview. This is the Colfax exterior. So as you can see, we have some black stripes here, a little bit more of a charcoal and a silver, and then some, well, silver, charcoal, and kind of, yeah, I don't know, all three of those gray colors, but they really mesh together nicely. Not too much black, because I know some people are a little worried about that. Having a black coach really, you know, takes in that heat. So only a little bit of black to kind of make it pop a little bit more. And then right over here, we have our diesel fuel. So it's a dual fill, so you'll have access on either side. So no matter what side you're in to go ahead and fuel up, you don't have to worry about remembering what side or making sure there's a spot for you to go ahead and fill. Having that peace of mind makes it nice. Sliding on over to our first storage bay here. As you can see, it's all nice and carpeted, and we do have some charging over here accessible to you if you needed it. Right next to the door side makes it nice, so you can just open this bay door, kind of have the flexibility of plugging in any of your electronics or gadgets outside. That next bay door is going to be our first one. That's that through and through passage here, and it does have the upgrade for the manual rollers. This is also accessible on either side as well. I know in my preview I did mention that this coach is fully loaded. Having one of these as an upgrade is one of those things that I was talking about. And up here we have our outdoor entertainment system. So we have our Samsung TV with our Bose surround sound, and then you do have two more options of charging here. You got some USBs and one regular plug-in there. All right. In the next bay, you don't have a storage drawer, but if you wanted us to install one here in-house, we can do so for you. But as you can see, you have our Star Foundation underneath the coach here. It's gonna make it strong, true, and robust. Newmar is really well known for doing that. As you can see, it's right up against the chassis rails and extends almost to the full wall of each side of the coach here. So that's really gonna help for when those slides are out. Gives you real tile floor, all that good stuff. So it just helps make it more stable and, you know, extend the life of the coach. You don't have to worry about as much wear and tear as the life goes on. Alrighty. Next, we have another storage compartment here, and then we have our intra-vac hoses, and then our connectors right here for the road vac. But just some more storage and another nice little upgrade. So you're gonna have a built-in vacuum for the outside as well as the inside, which I'll point that out once we get in there as well. Not so much for storage, but I like how they did put a corkboard backsplash here, so you can go ahead and add in your own little drawers or shelves, whatever you'd like to kind of customize it to your liking and to your needs. It's a great little storage compartment for all extra fluids, windshield wiper fluid, antifreeze, anything like that. Just kind of shove in there. It's out of mine and it's not rolling around underneath the coach. This does have the tag axle since it's a 43 foot and it's on a 400 horsepower chassis. So it has the passive steering. This, when you guys turn, it will follow that turn. It doesn't actually turn with you, but it does help cut off that 60-degree wheel cut. So you get some really good sharp turns even though you're in a big 43 foot coach. Oops. Alrighty. Next up here in our last bay door, we're just gonna have our chassis batteries. So you can see the two power shutoffs are going to be right here. So if you're ever storing the coach, you want to make sure you turn those off, as well as your house battery, so it's nice and set up when you do go to pick it up. And then we just have our air dryer and our filters right here. Spartin does a great job of keeping it nice front and center. Easy for you to screw off and change out yourself. So you got to change it out about every 2 years. But then it just gives you a peace of mind not knowing that you have to go into service just to kind of get that changed out. You can pop it in and pop it out super fast. Another thing here, this is our emergency door. So this door does open from the inside, a ladder does pop out. It's not a cloth ladder, it's actually a nice little metal ladder, pretty heavy duty, so you can use it multiple times. It doesn't have to be just for an emergency. So we'll get more into that once we get inside. I just wanted you to get a visualization of what it looks like from the outside as well. Alrighty, nothing too much here. This is a diesel pusher. I know I was kind of telling you it's already a 400 horse, so it's on that K2 Spartin chassis. It's a Cummins L9 and it's 400 horsepower at 2,100 RPMs. And then you have 1,250 foot-pounds of torque, and the towing capacity is going to be 15,000 pounds. So you got plenty of towing capacity there. And you do have the Spartin Safe Haul, so this is the integrated air supply. So if you did want to go ahead and tow a vehicle, that air supply is already built in for you from the factory, and then you have the braking right here for your brake lights as well. This did have the upgrade too for that 360 camera. So as you can see, we have a camera right here as well as up here, and then they're gonna be all around the coach as well. So when we get on the inside, I can kind of show you that too, but it's pretty nice because it duals as like a safety feature too. So in the middle of the night, you kind of hear a weird sound, you can go ahead and check those cameras to see if there is anything around your coach. I mean, you have to be relatively close, but it's pretty easy to pinpoint if someone's standing out here because you look like a giant standing next to the coach. So that's kind of cool. All right, now we're on to our driver's side storage compartments, just this little one here. Get nice and creative. All the storage counts inside of a coach. And then right over here, we have our DEF fill. So we have a 15-gallon DEF tank. Slide on over here, just a nice little storage compartment for those hoses for after dumping. You could just toss them in there. You don't have to worry about them rolling around in your wet bay and getting things all dirty. Now on to our wet bay. I know this is kind of, you know, the stereotypical dirty bay, but I love how Newmar has been putting a stainless steel backsplash with all the, you know, writing and words kind of etched in there. So you don't have to worry about any of the stickers. I know this one looks like a sticker, but it's actually just like an etched in sticker. So over time, you don't have to worry about the stickers peeling or, you know, any of the letters fading. I know sometimes they do a cutout on the white, but it's kind of hard to read. So I just love how clean, sleek, and fresh this looks instead of it being, you know, dirty, because over time it will get dirty because this is where you'll go ahead and dump. And then you have your filter here. It is out, so you just screw it in there. And then we have our hose here. So you just manual pull, and then it is an automatic reel. Super nice to have that. And then we have our outdoor shower here. It's just a plastic shower, but you can turn on the water from here. And then you do have hot and cold on the outside as well. So if you wanted to go ahead and rinse off your pups, you're at the beach, you want to just kind of get all the sand off of you before you go inside and take an actual shower. I just like being able to have this for the endless possibilities of being able to keep your coach as clean as possible while you're going down the road. So let's go ahead and move on to that next bay door. Slide in over here, same thing with our hose. It's gonna be the manual pull and then the power reel, which the button's gonna be right over there. And then it's a 50 amp shore power cord, and then we have our surge guard protector. And then we do have another hookup pre-wired. If you wanted to go ahead and have a TV on this side as well, you can go ahead and just plug it in right there. All right, next bay door, this is gonna be our Oasis Chinook. So this is the hydronic heating system. This is gonna be your hot water as well as your heater, and it is diesel and electric. So you can kind of change that over time. If you are boondocking, you can use your diesel. If you have full hookups, then you can go ahead and use the electric part. But it's lower maintenance. Doesn't have as much fumes as other, you know, hydronic heating systems, so you're not going to be smoking out your neighbor when you are using it. But I mean, pretty reliable. I haven't heard a lot of hiccups as far as the Oasis. But if you have any more questions, I have some great brochures and PDFs that I can send you guys to get in real deep, nitty-gritty details about the Oasis if you guys aren't really familiar with it. And I would love to kind of shoot you over an email of those brochures if you'd like. But we won't go too deep into it today. And these next bay doors are just the ones that we already seen. So I'll just go ahead and open up those two just so you can see the other side. That one that I was explaining that doesn't have, you know, this one of these beautiful drawers, especially since they're manual, it's kind of nice to have that. If you wanted it to match, we can also put one over there as well. All right, Right over here is just going to be our battery compartment. So as you can tell, we have 8 batteries here. The brand on them are, it's the Specialty Golf Car Deep Cycle batteries. And it is on a nice tray too. It is locked, so I won't pull it out, but it's kind of nice being able to pull that pin, extend it out just so you can go ahead and check all your batteries, make sure there's no corrosion, kind of just look over everything at first glance to make sure you feel comfortable and confident that your batteries are doing good. If not, we could service them here as well. But this is a brand new coach. Everything's still under warranty, so we're good to go as far as the batteries. All right, here is that second diesel fill I was telling you about. So you do have it on either side. And we do have our generator running, so this is the generator spigot right here. But you just have a nice little control panel over here with all of our spare fuses. And then I'll go ahead and pull this so we can kind of look at our generator. You guys can see what that looks like. Alrighty. Sorry, I got a little tangled up here. Just put that in all awkwardly. Okay, perfect. So we have the Cummins Onan generator here. You have your windshield wiper fluid right over here, the air horns. But as you can see, I mean, not too much going on here. It's pretty straightforward just with the generator. You can go ahead and pull a little spring over here and pull it all the way out if you wanted to service your generator yourself. But other than that, I mean, you can go ahead and see the generator hours. You can also turn your generator on from here. You can kind of troubleshoot anything if it is giving you a fits. Look at the oil fill and the coolant fill. Other than that, you don't really need to kind of bring it all the way out unless you are going to service it yourself. But I like how Newmar still gave you that option, because being able to save time and money here and there to be able to work on your RV definitely goes a long way. Alrighty, now we'll go ahead and get inside to the interior. I do have all the shades kind of closed, and I think I turned on all the lights just so you guys can really see what it looks like with just blacked out with the natural light. So I'll go ahead and get in there. I'll walk through just so you can see how much space is in between the slides while they're in, and then I'll go ahead and open up those slides. Alrighty. So as you can see right here is probably our tightest squeeze, but we still don't have to do like I always call it the sideways shuffle. I mean, you can if you're a little bit more comfortable, just because we have carpet on this slide. So underneath can kind of get a little caught sometimes, but still plenty of tile to kind of turn around. If you have dogs, it's a great floor plan, just because, I mean, if you have labs or bigger dogs, they can still walk all the way through. They can turn around over here and then head back up to you, but they have a nice comfortable walking space. And then as we go further here, of course, we can go ahead and open up the fridge so we can grab a drink, grab some stuff to make a sandwich while you're going on the road. And then of course the nifty doors that everyone is always blown away by when they see a Newmar for the first time. It is awkward when you open it for the first few times, but once you understand the purpose, they do this so you can still access the bathroom gracefully while the slides are in. Then you're like, okay, it kind of makes sense, but at first people don't really like it. But once you understand the purpose and you use it a few times, it's definitely nice to have. Alrighty, now that I kind of showed you those few things, I'll go ahead and open up the slides just so you can see how big it is with having that full wall slide over here, and the passenger slide really opens up that living area. And then we'll get that bedroom slide and start in the rear. Sorry, let me just move my chair up a little bit more. There we go. Alrighty, we're gonna do that full wall slide first. And the interior decor for this is also the Colfax decor. So we have the exterior and interior, the Colfax, and then it's the Bermuda glazed maple wood. So it is a little bit of a darker wood, but it's matte, so it's not the high gloss. And I think it really ties together fairly well, having the lighter, furniture with the darker wood. And the valences kind of ties in all the colors. All right, now we'll do the other slide. far as the floors, it is kind of a little shiny. It's not really glossy, slippery shiny like you'll see in some of them, but I like the two-tone gray next to the carpet. It looks pretty nice. And then we do have 4 of the sun-free solar panels in here, as well as a safe in the bedroom, so I'll go ahead and show you that. But before I forget, because I always skip over this, this is that vacuum I was telling you about. So if you wanted to just go ahead and make a pile right here while you're sweeping, then you just have it come in here, it sucks it all up for you. And then if you wanted to use those the attachments it comes with, you go ahead and just plug it in right here. But I mean, I think that's super nice, especially if you have pets. How much you have to vacuum and clean the floors, it makes it just a little bit easier for when you're on vacation. All right, now we'll get this bed and slide out real quick. This is an RV king size bed. And you do have storage underneath as well, which I'll kind of lift up for you guys once we get back in here. But let's go ahead and start in the rear of the coach for our master bathroom here. Alrighty, so we'll just start over here in this corner. All these shades are manual, so you have your just regular shade and then your blackout screen. Kind of nice having these, just so you know they don't ever get wound up too much or, you know, throw fits. Here's the 2 lock system for that exit door, the emergency exit. There we go. So as you can see, it pops open. Behind this, we have that nice, you know, metal stainless steel ladder that will fold out, and as you unlatch that and just kick it over, it'll automatically open up for you. And then these are just magnets, so you can kind of just prop it back on. But kind of nice to have just when you're in a pinch or you need to have that as an option. And then you have all the windows throughout the whole entire coach are going to be this little spin window, so you can go ahead and get some fresh air in the bathroom, as well as the fan that is up above here to kind of help with that airflow. Alrighty, I'm going to spin around now to kind of show you the closet area. So right across, well, directly across from the toilet over here, we have some storage cubbies here. These are interchangeable shelves. As you can see, you do have a hanging rod here too, so if you prefer to have more hanging space, you can go ahead and just take out all these shelves, but then you do have a shelf up above here to put some more items. Alrighty. All right, here is the main closet, and then as you can see way over there, same kind of concept with the 2 shelves, but you do have that upgraded safe that they put in here. I like how it's kind of in the corner. It's not right when you open the closet, right in front of your face. So if you put all your bigger jackets or, you know, longer dresses or anything like that, it can pretty much have it completely covered up. So only you really know it's there. All right. Oops. We have a towel holder here, and then our medicine cabinet directly in front of us with the mirrors. So this is on a chain, just so every time you open up that mirror, it's not going to hit this and, you know, crack your mirror, and then you get 7 years of bad luck. I do believe that. And then you have the carpeted shelves in there to kind of help with the noise, but you have the 2 twin sinks here. Still plenty of counter space. I like how it's an undermount sink, so it's a lot easier to clean, wipe down, and then plenty more storage underneath the sink, as well as 3 soft close drawers. There we go. Sometimes you just need a little extra push to get them closed. And as you can see too, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but you can't see any charging. They actually put them underneath here, so you don't see like that weird plastic charging. I like how it's kind of sleek, out of mind. It just makes it look a lot more cleaner. And then this is upgraded with heated floors, so we have all of our lighting configurations right here, as well as our pump, and then we have our floor heat here for the high, medium, and low, so that's kind of nice to have too, especially during winter. That really helps keep all those bay doors, well, underbelly warm as well. Alrighty, go ahead and open this shower door here. As you can see, we have the nice little seat. That was another upgrade too, that you can kind of fold up. And then you have this little blue bubble here because it's our shower miser. So we can go ahead and turn on the shower. The water won't be running and it'll start heating it to the temperature that you set. And then it'll start glowing red to let you know that the water has reached the proper temperature, so you don't have to waste any of that fresh water. As you can see, you have two separate heads here for the shower. You have a nice little body one. So again, if you just want to rinse off your feet, rinse off your toddlers, anything like that, it's always nice having a hand as well as just a fixed one to make it, you know, another way to help save all that water capacity. All right, so we have two big magnets here, and then we have another latch just to ensure that this door won't come flying open while you're going down the road. All right, here is the washer and dryer. I didn't want to completely cut you off by opening two doors, but it is two. It's not the all-in-one, so it makes it a little bit nicer to do two loads at a time. You could be washing and drying. All right, and then we will make our way into the bedroom here. You do have this beautiful pocket door with, this one doesn't have a mirror, I'm glad I looked. But nice pocket door for some privacy that you can turn off here. Well, open up here. And then now that we're in the master bedroom, I just wanted to show you underneath here, you have that storage as well as two additional chairs and two leaves for that table. You can go ahead and pull it out to kind of comfortably seat 4 or possibly 6, just depending on who you're trying to sit. And then I will slide on over just to show you guys. You have the two USBs as well as two 110-volt charging. And then this is all pass-through storage, so all at once. If you need to put longer items in there, you can. It is nice and carpeted. Two more charging outlets in there as well, and you have little holes, so if you did need to slinky anything through any of those wires, you do have the option of doing that while being able to keep these doors closed. All right, now over here in where we have some more closet hanging space. So you have two more, one on either side, as well as a few drawers. This one isn't actually a drawer though, it's just gonna be for your TV. You can put your receivers in here, just so your remote, nothing's more annoying than when a remote won't actually work. So having this glass that's nice and blacked out makes it a little bit easier to make sure that the remote will function properly. And then you just have your drawers over here. And then we also have some charging outlets up here, nice and hidden away. So if you did need to plug anything up on this side, you have that option as well. Alrighty. Here is the slide controller for this bedroom slide. And then we have our controllers here for our lighting, as well as the heated floor. So this is the second one I've pointed out. You will have 3 of them, so you can, all throughout the coach, you'll be able to turn that on and off. All right, entering over here into the kitchen area, I'll show you the big pantry. As you can see, it's very wide and long. You push it in to unlock it, and then you pull these drawers all the way out. People always get blown away by how big this pantry is. You will definitely not have to go hungry if you purchase this coach. You have plenty of room to store all the food and all the goods. Whoops. Forgot that was already unlocked. Here is that Whirlpool fridge. And then down below here, you do have the ice maker that will make ice out into this tray. And then more storage underneath as well. And then the water from the outside, you just can't get the ice. All right, we'll slide back down over here to our booth dinette. This is kind of what I was explaining for the leaf and chair situation here. So as you could tell, I can pull it out a little bit more, and then you have that extra leg that pops out underneath just in case it gets a little too heavy. It makes it a little bit more stable, and then you can prop out 2 more chairs. But as you could see, you could comfortably sit 4 people into this booth without extending it. So if you had some guests over that you wanted to host for dinner, or you know the kiddos are wanting to have a big table to play with Play-Doh or crayons, you can kind of help by extending this to give them a bigger work area. And then one more thing about, I should probably get off first. because the handle is underneath here. But you do have storage underneath each side of the booth to put, you know, leashes, dog food, any things that you don't really need all the time but are still accessible to you. And then lastly, up above, we have some more storage here, which I'll just go all the way down even though I'm going into the living room area. But just so you guys can see. And I forgot to put this down, but plenty of storage. And then this was opted in for our theater seating, which is electric. They're very comfortable. They lay almost flat. So I love having this storage area as well to put all the snacks, magazines, tablets, electronics. This slides through and it's completely all the way to the floor for the endless storage. And then as we jump across here, we have another couch. I have that TV already propped out for you. But if you didn't want the TV there, you can go ahead and just push of a button and it'll go down to kind of get it tucked in out of the way, just so you can get a little bit more lighting in. Because it is a pretty good light blocker. That's why I only put that day shade down, just so you can kind of see how much more light comes in after we put that TV down. Alrighty, and then if you take these cushions off, this does fold out into a bed using these actual cushions too. I'm not going to fight with it today because I always jinx myself. Every time I say it's easy, you know, it just comes out, because it is fairly easy, but it doesn't have the hook. Someone who put it away, you need that hook in and then it is easy, but I'm not going to dig for it. But you can sleep up to 4 people comfortably in here. As you can see, there's plenty of room inside here. Once this is out, you'll be able to walk around the bed. And if you need an additional sleeping area, you can go ahead and put, a mattress, a blow-up mattress in the middle of the kitchen as well. But you can comfortably sleep up to 4. And then now we're going to go into our kitchen. So we have all the storage that I'm going to open up here for all the pots and pans, all the goods, necessities to be able to be nice and comfortable. And then I'm going to open this additional counter space. So this slides out, and then you have the drawers here that are the same length as this slide out for the additional counter space as well. Just makes it kind of nice if you're chopping or, you know, setting up, you know, a nice little charcuterie board here for everyone to kind of come in and get some snacks or just prepping dinner. And then we have our 2-burner induction cooktop. And then a cutting board on the other side. So if you wanted to go ahead and flip these over to have one side a cutting board and it's nice and in place while you're also cooking, so you can chop, drop it into your pan without having to make a mess and drop things everywhere. That is also an option as well. Plenty of counter space here. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up just so you can see our upgraded window. Both of them do pop open for some more air. And then we have our sink over here. It does have 2 covers. One is just underneath the sink where you can stow them away if you'd like. But you have the washing rinse, big rectangular deep sink there. And then we have our little mini trash can with some more storage underneath the sink, and then a perfect spot for your sponges. Put this back. And then we have one more little drawer and our awning controller. Alrighty, let's go ahead and hop up front here so we can check out a few more things. We have another Samsung TV up here as well, and then this is our control board over here. So we have our awning, so you can bring that in and out. This is another awning controller, so we can flip through the channel 0. You go ahead and push that out. It'll extend both awnings, well, all 3 awnings for you. You have your security lights and then your entry step. So if you are parked and ready for camp, you go ahead and have that one in the up position here. So it doesn't, every time you close that door, it doesn't bring in the steps. Right over here is the controllers for the Oasis. So you just want to make sure that burner is on. if you want to do the heat or the AC. And then we have all just little fault codes here, and then our solar charger for those 4 sun-free solar panels, and then our Magnum Energy right here. And we can go ahead and tuck it away. I'll go ahead and fire this up so we can show. I gotta move the seat back because I moved it forward to get that slide out. There we go. There we go, I'll just halfway click it here. Sweet, there we go. Alrighty, well that's all waking up. We'll go over here. We have our leveling jacks, our EQ system, so with the push of a button, everything will level out. We have our tag dump, our engine brake, turn on and off. We have a 3-stage engine brake, high, medium, and low. Our house battery and chassis battery boost. So if one is running low and it's dead, you can go ahead and use the other to jump it in case of you're in a pinch. Your air horn, your Allison, some cup holders, and then we have all of our lighting. For this is going to be for our mirrors, so we can get them nice and configured the way we like. We have our high beams, our LED dash here, so it's going to be glare free if the sun is just kicking in right at the perfect angle where you won't be able to see anything. Having this LED dash really helps that, so you could still see. And then right over here we just have our Voyager for that backup camera, and then we have the navigation. Go into the menu here so you can see the cameras. And here is our 360 camera. And when I was mentioning earlier when we were outside, if there was a person standing by your coach, they look way bigger than the actual coach. So that's why I was saying if you heard a sound outside, just come up here and turn this on so you can kind of see what's going on, because if there's anything out there, you'll definitely see, because it's like 20 times intensified the size. But you can go ahead and click through any of the cameras to kind of see. But down below here we have our visor and our shade fans. We can set to high, medium, or low, and then our generator start. So if you are in Arizona, you're driving down the road, it does get really, really hot, and you want to go ahead and start that generator and pop on an AC, you can do so from here. And then just our regular AC controllers and nice little storage compartments here. As far as the seats, they do swivel and they are all electric. So with the push of a button, you can go back and forward, back or down to kind of get it nice and comfortable. And then this, you do have another seat here for that steering wheel, so you can kind of get it tucked in out of the way. You can push it down, it does telescope, so you can get nice and comfy. But other than that, that's going to really wrap up our 2023 Newmar Ventana. Again, this is the 4369. So if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, you want those PDF files for that Oasis system, I can definitely email it over to you. You can go ahead and shoot me an email or just give me a call directly at 970-388-7937. Looking forward to chatting with you guys. Have a great day.